I just want to take some time to read Steve Jobs' letter to you. Now, I want to read it. You can read it yourself, but I want to read it because I want to feel those words again. This morning for my 5:30 a.m. book club, we read this letter, and it put things in perspective for me and for those members of my book club. Because Sam Walton, who would have been the richest man in the world today if he was alive, basically said on his deathbed, I screwed up. And what he was talking about was, yes, he became a successful businessman and he did all those things, but he didn't spend the time with his family like he wanted to. Right? So as I'm doing this podcast, I'm sitting here looking at a frail picture of Steve Jobs. And it's sad. But let me just read this letter to you. I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In others' eyes, my life is an epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. In the end, wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. At this moment, lying on this sick bed and recalling my whole life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of impending death. In the darkness, I look at the green lights from the life supporting machines and hear the humming mechanical sounds. I can feel the breath of God and death drawing closer. Now I know when we have accumulated sufficient wealth to last our lifetime, we should pursue other matters that are unrelated to wealth. Should be something that is more important. Perhaps relationships, perhaps art, perhaps a dream from younger days. Non-stop pursuing of wealth will only turn a person into a twisted being, just like me. God gave us the senses to let us feel the love in everyone's heart, not the illusions brought about by wealth. The wealth I have won in my life, I cannot bring with me. What can I bring is only the memories. What I can bring is only the memories precipitated by love. That's the true riches which will follow you, accompany you, give you the strength and light to go on. Love can travel 1,000 miles. Life has no limit. Go where you want to go. Reach the height you want to reach. It is all in your heart and in your hands. What is the most expensive bed in the world? The sick bed. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone to bear the sickness for you. Material things lost can be found, but there is one thing that can never be found when it's lost: life. When a person goes into the operating room, he will realize that there is one book that he has yet to finish reading. Book of Healthy Life. Whichever stage in life we are right now, with time, we will face the day when the curtain comes down. Treasure love your family. Treasure love for your family. Love your spouse. Love for your spouse. Love for your friends. Treat yourself well. Cherish others. Now, I wanted to read that, even though I made a few mistakes in it. Life is not perfect. It just lets me know that And even I myself can be guilty of that. That we can sit here and work long nights and say we're helping the family by going out and trying to achieve wealth, but really at the end of the day, we're hurting the family. Because if you listen to the movie with Steve Jobs, there was a time where he had a child and he denied the child. Because at that moment, all he could worry about was trying to make Apple work. Became angry at the lady, at the mom. He just wanted to make Apple work. So sometimes as men, and I can't speak from a woman's perspective, but as men, we think that we're out there grinding and grinding and grinding because we're doing it for the family. But we have to give equal time to the business, equal time to the family, equal time to health, equal time to other things. Life has to be a balance. And I know there's some gurus out there right now, and I was one of them, who would say there's no such thing as balance. You just got to get out there and make it. I even heard one high-level entrepreneur, and I won't say his name, that his kids, they're adult kids, have to schedule an appointment just to talk to him. There will be one day that he will regret those words. Schedule an appointment to talk to them. You know, sometimes it's like God just sits back and says things like, you know, if they want to go out and spend all their time achieving wealth, let them do it. But they will find out, just like the pharaohs found out, who wanted to be buried with all their wealth, you can't take it with you. Later on, those graves were robbed. So while you're sitting here listening to this, my question to you is, what is your relationship with money? Do you hate it? Are you obsessed with it? How do you view money? How do you view your time? Because I can tell you right now, myself included, I know a lot of entrepreneurs that are out there just grinding daily. But here you've heard it from two of the most wealthiest men that ever lived. Sam Walton, Steve Jobs. Sam Walton, I screwed up. Steve Jobs, you can't take the wealth with you. So what is the lesson that you learned here today? We shouldn't be bums, but can we get it done in a less amount of time, and we have time to spread it across with the family? So just something to think about, guys. So sorry if I'm not in the best mood right now, but reading that letter of someone that you knew, I didn't know him personally, but you knew has an effect on you. So with that said, guys, thank you. And I will see you guys at the next podcast. Take care.